Welcome back. A simple gesture of generosity between a GI and his fellow soldier becomes an icon for the war in Belgium and the inspiration for a beer. I sit down with a World War II veteran who now lives in Auburn to learn about his memoir and the story that made him a legend.
Walk into a tavern in Bastogne, Belgium and order an airborne beer. You'll be served this ale in a mug shaped like a GI's helmet. Behind the bubbles of this brew's iconic logo, the story of a brave World War II veteran from Auburn.
The label on the bottle of beer shows a paratrooper with a helmet full of beer going like this.
At just 19 years old, Vincent Speranza was sent overseas to fight in the war, ending up in the 101st Airborne Infantry in Belgium.
But you cannot really understand it until it's told to you by a man who jumped that day on D-Day and what it was like on those planes.
In 204 pages, he opens up about his story in his memoir, A 101st Airborne Division machine gunner at Bastogne. Surrounded by German troops and running out of supplies, he says conditions were rough and becoming more desperate with every day that passed.
I was a machine gunner without a machine gun. I had a trench knife in my boot.
When his buddy got shrapnel in his leg, his strength was dwindling along with his morale. That's when he had one request for Speranza.
He said, "Yeah, go find me something to drink." The first tavern I walked into, all broken glass, everything is shattered. And when I went over to the bar and pulled the beer handle, beer came up.
That's when he poured it in his helmet and snuck back to the base.
I'm pouring beer from the helmet. Give me some of that. Give me some of that old gas all around there.
65 years later, Speranza travels back to the place where he was stationed during World War II.
All of a sudden, the whole battle came back. The artillery, the noise, the explosions, the guys laying all over the place and so on. And, you know, when you're 85, you don't have control of your emotions anymore. I just fell apart.
During his trip, he meets two other World War II veterans. They begin swapping stories. That's when he shares his story about the beer.
You? You were the GI who brought beer to the wounded? I said, yeah.
That one story, thought to be just a legend, became a symbol of hope and camaraderie that forms between soldiers in war.
Battles are not necessarily won by who has the most men, who has the most equipment, who has the air cover and so on. We had none of those things. It's what's in the heart of the individual soldier.